92Q, Magic 95.9, and Praise Baltimore welcome you to the 2023 Inspire Her Awards, presented by AnyoneRides.com, where Zero Down delivers. Inspire Her 2023, celebrating women in the community, going above and beyond, and making a difference. Let's welcome your host, Persia Nicole and Steph Lova.
Good evening. Welcome on into our 2023 InspireHER Awards presented by AnyoneRides.com. I love the Queen Wave. Persia Nicole, the power, the P, baby. You can hang out with me inside middays of Persia, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on 92Q.
Hey, what's up? It's Steph Lova here, double timing, doing the do. Happy Women's History Month for the 1100th time. And you can catch me weekends on Magic 95.9. I am your weekend lover. HU alumni. Yes.
I like that. Okay. I see you, HU. Big shout out to AnyoneRides.com for helping us.
AnyoneRides.com.
This whole amazing event.
Yes. This is our second one together, right, P? We did this last year. And last year was like clouded with coming out of the pandemic and so much uncertainty and financial craziness going on. This year's kind of like, hey, it's spring again. You know what I'm saying? Feeling fine. Looking better, so it's just like a whole different vibe to it. And I think the city of Baltimore is definitely expressing that through all the nominations we got for all the women that, inspire us on a daily.
Absolutely. And there's women, there's entrepreneurs, there's women in beauty, people who really formed a lot of these businesses during COVID. And a lot of these musicians also gave us music to get us through the pandemic as well. So I'm so excited we're back outside. And we have a phenomenal lady, right, joining us first?
Yes. I mean, they're on tour right now. They all in the headlines. I mean, ain't no such thing as bad publicity.
Okay.
But, we all need a little understanding every now and again. So let's hear a couple of words just to kick off Inspire Her. LaTocha Scott. Take it away, sis.
Hey, it's your girl, LaTocha. Listen, congratulations to all of the winners of Inspire Her 2023. I'm here to let you guys know that we are empowered in so many ways. We have to use our voices, and that's one thing about empowerment. When you use your voice for love and have a platform for people to understand your worth, your value, you're beautiful, And I think about my grandmother on times like this because she's always inspired me to reach for the stars. And she's always told me, love yourself. Sometimes it's hard to do that. For me, it was. I never knew what loving yourself was, and having the shoulders to stand on, the trailblazers that come before us, the people like even Whitney Houston, who I've been inspired by for years and years and years. Beautiful singer, Aretha Franklin, who's been able to do music in all genres. So we are empowered, you guys. Let's use our platform for love and for appreciation and to continue to uplift other women. Big ups to you guys. You inspire me every day.
All right, LaTocha, I hear you, girl.
Now I hear you, girl.
Like, now I understand. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I understand after watching the Queens of R&B. Like, really, there is so much drama, but it really has me in a chokehold right now.
Hey, I thought it was going to be a family-friendly show, to be honest with you, because I'm like, two R&B groups, what could they possibly be mad at? I mean, the only thing I could see them beefing about was you wore the same costume, we got the same designer, like really petty stuff. But this has reached another level of entertainment.
Yeah, it allows you to really get inside the group and see what's going on. It's enough drama for a year, absolutely. But at the same time, I think we see the power of women coming together, and they get it done. Sometimes you have to go off on somebody first to get to big parts,
Right. I mean, well, sometimes you gotta, dig 10 toes down and stand for what you believe in. And obviously both of the groups, they're successful because they have a bunch of strong-willed women, running the show. So I knew they were going to bump heads. I mean, it's reality TV, but it's a beautiful thing to watch them work it out and kind of, plan and scheme and plot or how to find some middle ground, because honestly, that's really what life's about. Like, you're not going to get your way 100% of the time. And, I think that's what this whole Inspire Her is about, is watching the landscape and seeing where you could fit in or see what you can learn from certain situations if you just happen to catch yourself in one of those precarious positions that, you don't have to just panic or fold like a lawn chair. You could kind of say, you know what? I got some experience. I got sis sitting right next to me.
Mm-hmm.
Even me and you, P, in the studio, we always comparing notes and kind of just trying to, I'll come over with some information. Hey, did you hear?
Yeah.
6ix9ine got beat up for the, that kind of thing. And we're always transferring information because it's about uplifting one another. It's a beautiful thing to watch.
Yep, it's all about Inspire Her. And if you missed out any of the drama we're talking about, you have not checked it out, check out the Queens of R&B on Peacock and Bravo. Moving inside our 2023 Inspire Her Awards, I want to introduce you, Steph. And I'm pretty sure you already know this name. She's so phenomenal. One of my favorite Baltimore queens, Shontel Greene. Shontel, where are you at, Shontel?
Shontel! Here comes Shontel!
Listen,
looking beautiful and amazing.
Yes. Likewise. I love your energy. I swear.
Hey, P, she got the raspy. She got the sexy raspy, P.
Listen, she fly. Everything about her is fly, and she's an open book too. And that's why I really love you. You don't only share like your highs, because we also know your lows, and I think that's very important.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you've overcome the struggles in the city after a rough start growing up. You turned to the streets, you entered in the dope game, and, you had to provide for your family, did what you had to do, right? But things shifted later. You realized the importance of education and return to school. Let's talk about that shift.
So the shift was, like I said, a lot of people do negative things because of the bling. They want the bling. Mine was like survival.
Yeah.
My mother had AIDS. My father was a heroin addict. I was on my own since I was 14 now.
Wow.
Did what I had to do. Wow. But that wasn't where I wanted to be. See, that's the difference with myself and a lot of other people. That wasn't the life that I wanted. I wasn't in it for the bling. I was in it to eat, feed my mother. I turned into the mother at 14 of my mother. But, I done been shot, I done been robbed, I done been kidnapped, and that wasn't where I wanted to be. So, like I said, by the grace of God, I did get incarcerated, and I had a wonderful judge who allowed me to go to college. And I think me doing that time really saved my life. Actually, I think my mother dying from AIDS saved my life, because the things that she did, I probably would have did it. But went to nursing school, got my nursing degree, still looked down at because I had that criminal record. Went and got my bachelor's, 2 masters. It still wasn't right because people looked at me because of my past. So I opened my own company and I blew it up. And like I said, I don't even think I live for me anymore. I think I live for these kids. Like, I try to give them opportunities I haven't had. I don't know if you've been on my IG.
All the time.
Somebody to college, girl. You see that?
Yep.
Did you see that? So this year I decided to do a scholarship for a kid that was in my position. I have so many paragraphs. I've done this in the past, but this time is amazing because of the criteria. And I have received so many letters. And when I read the letters, it's like I cry, because some of them I see me when I was a child, what I didn't have. And they telling me this, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So if I can say one, I'm good. I'm not different from anybody else. I'm just me.
That's why, you are the most humble person ever. Like, I'm telling you, I mean, you've had the beginnings, but you worked through them, trials and tribulations, and still, working through them. But you are a testimony for people who have criminal records that you can start multiple businesses and still help out your community and your culture. Like, you know what I mean? Like, some people might be like, you know what? I got locked up and the community wasn't good to me. They didn't do good for me.
I got governor's pardon. I don't have a criminal record no more.
No more. But you did, yeah. Right. We're good now. We're clean.
Got the Mark Wahlberg on, huh? Got the Mark Wahlberg on, huh?
Gone. But
you know what? Yeah,
and,
I don't
strong
think
people change too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like sometimes when you're dealt, not the best hand, it's two things you could do. You could cry about it, or you could turn that lemon to lemonade and everybody have a lemonade party, So it's really about your environment is one of two things. It either defines you, or it enhances you because you start thinking, oh, I don't want to be stuck here. I want to help. What if I could, and it's like a ripple effect. All it takes is one to start the thought process, and what you're doing, for those ladies and just in general is really amazing. And, maybe the saying is right that, God gives his toughest assignments to, his most valuable soldiers. And maybe he dealt you a heck of a hand in the beginning because he knew you were strong enough to play that hand.
Girl, that joker dealt me a foot in the beginning. A hand is an understatement. Kick my ass. Excuse my friend. He kicked my butt.
Look at it.
Girl, he kicked my butt in the beginning. The hand is not.
Let's talk about what your mission is every day as a woman running multiple businesses, and also let's talk about your businesses too, because we didn't get to the rest.
Specific. Yeah, I want to know.
So I own Nurses Are Us. I found out I am the largest African American nursing agency in Maryland. I have more than just friends, adult medical daycare center. And we are full. We never have an opening. We have a waiting list like a mile long. We take our clients to the casino. Where I go, they go. What I eat, we don't eat no generics. I don't eat generics. They don't eat generics. They drink Maxwell House and Folgers. I love them. And that's what it is. Do what I do. And that's what I love about. That's what I had to learn to love about me. I don't put myself first. And sometimes we think it's a bad thing, but you get blessed for being that way. I'm starting to learn that.
Yep. Yeah. Everyone has their own definition of what women empowerment is, right? They have all these women empowerment events and they have their own little space of what it is. What is women empowerment to you?
Women empowerment is making another woman, giving her power from your power, making her just as strong as you. And that's what empowerment is. Some women say, I don't call myself a boss. People come into my company. I'm just coming from work. I got on my sweats. I'm in a big glass building. Nobody really knows I own that company. They look at me because I come, but I empower other women. I want y'all to be great. I got my turn. Now it's your turn. But it's a lot of women and a lot of people. They want it for themselves. They don't want nobody to have it. But I learned this lonely at the top. I need some of my friends to come and bowl with me. We got to do this together. So that is what women empowerment means to me. Making another woman, giving her the strength that I have.
Yeah. It ain't nothing like splitting the bill with your girlfriend and knowing she got it.
No,
don't be ordering the lobster and shrimp and then talk about you got it. No, I ain't got it. Not after you ordered the lobster and shrimp.
We playing it, yeah.
No, the girlfriend. No, honestly, this is so crazy. I got one girlfriend. She like my best friend. We went to a party. I gotta tell y'all this. We argued about who was gonna pay the valet. The daggone party was over.
But that's the best thing.
Arguing over who's gonna pay the valet.
Girl, that's the best thing. When we win,
so
we do the old school. Whoever bring up lunch, you bang. You brought it up.
Exactly.
I'm coming for free food. Yeah.
That's what I'm a cheapskate because I'm a peanut butter and jelly chicken wing girl. I still eat hood. All that bougie stuff. I can't do it.
I'm with you on that one. Look, it's not cheap. It's frugal. You just, you got a lot of bills. You got a lot of things to do. But it's really amazing. Like the ripple effect you're really having in Baltimore. You're an inspiration, and that's part of the reason we want to have you on. We just want to have, some real females on that's really out here making a difference. Like Instagram difference, not
Exactly.
Facebook difference, but real live impacting lives different. And you know, you're gonna see that in generations in Baltimore because you're helping maybe somebody's mother, who's in turn gonna help her son, who's in turn gonna do great things. And you know, it's like it has to start somewhere. So thank you. That's all I gotta say. Thank you.
Yeah. And I really want you watching at home or wherever you are to check out season 3 of American Gangsta Trap Queens on BET Plus. Starring
Girl. I actually got a movie off of Trap Queens.
Wait, what?
I literally got a movie deal off of Trap Queens.
Oh, that's you! Oh my God!
I literally signed it yesterday.
Get out of here! I just got the casting for that yesterday. That's crazy.
Congratulations!
Yeah, she got a whole movie. I mean, the segment of Trap Queens was so well, and it was
so good.
It was such an amazing story, especially the turnaround part that they did. They greenlighted a movie just specifically about kind of, you know, her story. So kudos to you. You know, I mean, you survived and all of that, but I'm really happy that they chose to spotlight, you know, the after. You know, they always the gangster part. That's great, but the after, you know, where you're at now. You know, I really hope that that's a big emphasis on the movie because that's to me what is the movie should be about, is how you came out of all of that.
Exactly. Change is my change.
That's
anybody can change. Some people think they can't, but anybody can change. If I can change, you can change. Trey.
Oh, peace. So you know they shooting in Baltimore, girl.
I can change. Anybody can change.
Girl, I'll tell you.
Thank you all so much.
Yeah, you are so much, Shontel. We love you. You deserve the absolute best roses possible. We appreciate you. And you know I just love you down. And you are the city. So we thank you for everything.
Thank y'all.
Thank
y'all
you
so much.
I'm sure I'll see you again. It was great meeting you.
Definitely. Thanks for having me.
All right, see you.
Wow, peace. This just gave me goosebumps. I know exactly what she's talking about. I
love her. I'm happy for the chance.
Yeah, like it's a big thing. It's like, who else is in it? Like, it's some big names attached to it. I can't think like right.
It came out last year. It's so phenomenal. It's still right now on Peacock, so you can still check it out. BT Plus, you can check it out. It's not only life-changing for her story, but it was life-changing for the whole city. Because people who have gone through that or currently going through that can see what they can be. And so
that's so dope because me, you know, I was in Maryland, you would hear all the craziness in Baltimore. And it was always a precautionary tale. Are you gonna be careful in Baltimore? You know, if you touch down in Baltimore, you know, make sure you know somebody, that kind of like what's going on in Baltimore. And you know, to hear the stories of the aftermath is just it's amazing. It's really hard to believe that, you know, some people made it through on the other side successfully. You know what I'm saying? And it's a teachable moment, I would say. A teachable moment. And that's why we here. You know, I'm inspired. She just inspired me, man. That was dope. Because I heard about her, but I didn't, you know, I've never met her. So
she the truth. She the truth right there. So I'm excited to be here, Inspire Her. Shout out to our sponsor, AnyoneRides.com, for, of course, helping us put together the whole entire event. Let you go see them, go get a brand new car. No lemons around there, okay?
I need a car too, bro. I'm not even playing. I might have to. Who I holler at Anyone Rides? Is this somebody specific?
Just let them know you came through. Just let them know. Yeah.
I'm on the way, anyone. I'm on the way. Yeah. So, Pete, just to recap, I don't know if anybody knows, but let me get the technical stuff. We're going to have 3 winners, and they're going to, in addition to our special guest, they're going to win a VIP InspireHER spa day, car service, because, you know, walking is not for people that inspire folks.
And it's not just car service that we all going to be together. So
that's what I'm saying. We got a little party van, right? Yeah. What happens in the party van stays in the party van, you know. We going to what's that spa? You that's your favorite.
We're going to Selfish Beauty.
Oh, okay.
Because it's okay to be a little selfish. As women, we deserve to be selfish. We are mothers, we're wives. I mean, you know, we work all day, aunties, cousins, daughters. Yes.
And it's all being brought to you by Anywhere Rise. And we're having dinner. So we got like a whole day planned for these sisters because they absolutely deserved it. You know, they were nominated by, you know, whoever for doing just a great job in the community. So, we want to give them a little something back. You ain't got to wait for Mother's Day.
That's it.
We got you. It's spring again, baby.
It's spring again.
And we feeling fine. So we're going to bring another guest on. Oh, is this our first winner?
Yeah.
I think this is our first winner. Okay, so let me give you a little background about her. She's an artist, author, activist, educator, and a radio host. Watch out now. Okay. She's there's so much stuff in the city. She got a doctoral degree. I heard her. I want to hear a little something about this dissertation. I heard she blew the roof off the whole situation with this dissertation. So Mia Mattia, is she with us? Mia.
Hi, how are you guys? My favorite two radio personalities, Persia and Steph, Lova in the house. I am so honored to be here.
Oh, thank you. Yes, Mia. And we are so excited you're here.
What's up, Mia?
Thank you for having me.
You living in a palace, Mia. Where you at with the grand piano and the
girl? I'm trying to keep up with y'all. This is a virtual background, okay? All right. We're gonna accept it and move on.
I need you to help me and put me on, girl. Anyway, thank you for joining us. Welcome to InspireHER 2023. Thank you so much for joining us.
And thank you for having me.
Oh no, you had to be a part of this, girl. Your resume speaks volumes. Please tell us a little bit about you and who you are and what you do.
Okay, so I'm a Baltimore girl, right? Let me be specific. I'm a Baltimore County girl. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. But listen, I went to Baltimore School for the Arts. I immersed myself in city culture, and I graduated from college, Morgan State, Persia. Yeah, go Bears.
Yes.
Okay. And I just realized that making money was, I can make money. I mean, I was like straight out of college making like 70 grand, 80 grand, right? But I wasn't fulfilled. I wasn't happy. I went to those jobs. I was miserable, right? My mother was an educator my whole entire life. And I never wanted to be an educator, like never. That's something I never wanted to do. But I was between a rock and a hard place. I was in between jobs. I put on Facebook. I said, listen, is anybody hiring? Right? And so someone said, would you like to teach GED classes to help people earn their high school diploma? And it's interesting because when I was a child, I had like a vision of myself teaching something, and I knew it was at night, right? I saw myself as an older person, and it was at night, and that memory like jarred, and I said, okay, let me just see where God's going to take me with this thing. And let me tell you, when I say like what Miss Shontel said, I live for my students, and she said she lives for her kids, for the kids that she helps. I cannot imagine my life without getting up every day and helping Black women, especially women that look like me and you, right? And to help them better themselves. When I say I have 70, 80-year-old women in my class and they're smart as a whip. They could pass the exam if it was a paper test tomorrow. But the technology that jams them up a little bit. So with that being said, this is my life's path. I cannot imagine not getting up every day and helping Black people in Baltimore who look like me to further themselves, because yes, I'm working on my doctorate. I haven't earned it yet, Steph, so we're going to speak that into the atmosphere. Yes, but listen, I haven't earned it yet, but what my students are doing is far more important, because why? They are changing the trajectory of their lives. When their grandchildren and their children see them walk across the stage and earn that diploma, that is going to change generations. There are generations of families in Baltimore that don't have their diploma, especially in 21217 Sandtown Winchester community. That's where the focus of my dissertation is. But what I'm saying all that to say is that I am just a vessel. I am just God's servant. I'm here to do God's work. And I'm so happy to have been nominated by one of my students who thought that this award was so befitting for me. So I'm so happy to be here.
Girl, this is amazing. This is going to be one of our best ones, Mia, because she took the ball and ran with it right there. I mean, what more can we say? You just said it all. Like, we just have to applaud you, and you must be doing something right, because you're right. You had to get nominated by somebody in your community, family member or otherwise. And if it was one of your students, that means you directly affected them. And they wanted to, pay you back in real time. So congratulations to you. Congratulations to what you're doing in the community. I'm sure, again, it would be felt for generations to come, because it has to start somewhere. It has to, you have to plant the seed. And even starting with a GED, which is, seems just so small, it could be the seed that, starts the whole forest to grow. So
absolutely,
what you're doing is amazing. And, I mean, what else can we say? Like, is there anything that you want to relay to any of the ladies that might be watching that feel like, it's a little too late for me, or, I don't have the time, I got 3 or 4 kids. How can I stop and take a class that's not going to earn me any money right now?
What I'm going to say to those women, and what I'm going to say to those gentlemen, okay, because I get gentlemen with teardrops on their eyes, and they can't read, and they'll come to me and say, Miss Me, I need help. You know what I'm saying? And so what I say to anyone who feels like they are too old or they don't have enough time, you are the most important person. If you know how they say when you get on a plane that you got to put your seatbelt on and you got to secure yourself before you can help someone else. You have to pour into yourself. And I'm looking forward to that spa day. But you have to pour into yourself first before you can pour into anybody else. You can't pour from an empty vessel. Okay. So first take care of yourself, get your education, get your diploma. And I say that to anyone that's a young person that's thinking about dropping out, that think that school is not important. Please deposit into yourself. Education is key. And I heard Miss Shontel talk about all the degrees that she has, but she has that life experience and she has those businesses but if she didn't believe in herself, okay, first and get it while she was incarcerated first, and then make the transition when she got out, she wouldn't be the person that she is right now. Okay. Okay. So let's first look in the mirror. Let's first speak affirmations. I love myself. I am peace. I am love. I am success. Okay. Yes. Nam Yurehe Renge Cho. Right. Okay. As my sister Angela Bassett would say, but I say all that to say is that let's believe in ourselves first.
I believe in you, and if that's all it takes to believe in me, then that's what it's going to be.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. And again, thank you. Congratulations.
Yes.
Students that, we thank them for listening, because you had to listen to nominate for you to win. We have an amazing spa day set up for you. And before you leave, tell me a little bit about your dissertation that you're working on.
Okay, I'm working on a dissertation in Sandtown, Winchester, focusing in on GED students post Freddie Gray. I want to find out, are they still in school? Are they, did the pandemic affect your ability to get your high school diploma? What are some of your childhood traumas? The big key word now is trauma. Everybody's keying in on the fact that, yes, we've been traumatized as children. Yes, we have post-traumatic slave disorder, right? Some of us through the lineage of our blood and our ancestors, right? And so I want to understand why you haven't earned your diploma and what steps you're taking after the Freddie Gray riot, because I don't know if you know this, but Freddie Gray's repast was held in my classroom.
Wow.
Oh.
See how powerful that is?
Yeah.
And I had students, we had helicopters and, police presence and Al Jazeera, they all the way across the world, right on Pennsylvania and North Avenue. Students walking me to my car saying, Miss Me, we got you. Ain't nothing going to happen to you.
That's
you feel me? See how powerful that is?
Powerful.
So there are tremendous stories in Baltimore. Baltimore is a beautiful city. I always say, I am be more bread, spirit led.
Yeah.
Girl,
right there. I can't wait to hear more of this during our spa day.
I'll be so happy to meet you, ladies.
Yes,
we will see you soon, but I think it's next week. We'll see you. Be ready to get primed and pampered, girl, because it's on.
I know that's right. Well, ladies, it was so great work talking with you this evening. Thank you so much, and I'm so honored to be a part of this award ceremony.
Thank you, and
keep up congratulations.
Thank you.
Mia.
Hey. We got a whole lot of power here tonight. I'm so excited to keep going. Next up inside of 2023, you got chills?
Yo, these sisters is powerful, yo.
It's dope. We got so much
in person so I could give them a hug and get some of that energy live, because she came on those cylinders. They must have told her she had a time restraint because she was wild. I love it, I love that kind of action. Like, let's get to it. Cut to the chase. So, it's just like, during these times, you know how it is, P. Like being a woman trying to juggle all this stuff, trying to find your place. It's really dope to see women that have carved out their little niche, and they're totally happy with it. They're totally, owning that little space, and they're making wonderful things happen in it.
Yeah. And we got more women making amazing things happen. Next up inside our 2023 InspireHER Awards is President and CEO of Associated Black Charities, Chrissy Thornton. Chrissy, where you at?
Chrissy.
I'm here. Hello.
How are you?
I'm great. Good evening.
Good evening. I'm so excited to be surrounded by all of this greatness. Now, B. More, let me tell you a little bit about Chrissy, okay? And this phenomenal woman right here. Okay, you ready? So Chrissy, Steph, has a 20-year background in successful fundraising, grant writing, because everybody needs a grant writer, okay? So make sure you give it Chrissy, and more. Chrissy is most known for her book, Stop Scrambling, Start Bringing Home the Bacon. And that's what it's all about, too, because we're going to stop scrambling in a second. We're going to bring home some bacon. This is a guide to establishing an effective fundraising plan for your nonprofit organization. Lots of people right now are starting nonprofits. She also is a former real estate investor, because we like extra multiple streams of income, and a franchise owner who believes in the power of entrepreneurship, financial literacy, and economic education and development. I mean, who runs the world? Girls. Chrissy.
Thank you.
Let's talk about Stop Scrambling, Start Bringing Home the Bacon, because a lot of us every day we scramble, but we are in need of the bacon. Let's talk about that.
So I consider myself a career nonprofit professional, but at my core, I'm a fundraiser. I'm a development person. And so I've spent most of my career really teaching people how to fundraise, how to bring in money. And then on the personal side of that, really working to empower women specifically to be able to live their best lives, be their best selves. And a lot of that comes through economic empowerment and independence. And so I've done a lot around financial literacy, teaching people about entrepreneurship so that we can become owners, so that we can start, like they say, get the bag, but so that we can start being able to make power moves as women and not always searching for opportunities to be given to us or waiting for people to give us opportunities to move forward.
Yeah. You also founded My Girl Power Hour that was featured in the Baltimore Sun. Congratulations.
Thank you. I love that. That's my passion project. And so I've always had really strong women pour into me throughout my life, starting with my mother and then other mentors I've met along the way. And so my Girl Power Hour actually started as a discussion series on Facebook. We did it weekly for over a year, where we started talking about some of the obstacles that women face and helping us or keeping us, barriers that keep us from being able to be successful. We talked about everything from bad relationships to, family issues, to toxic friendships, to, anything that we could think of. And I brought on people, mental health, other things. I brought on people to kind of talk about and share their testimonies, because I think there's power in us being willing to share our stories. I love some of the guests you had on before me because they're sharing their stories to empower other people. I think there's power in knowing that we're not experiencing hardship alone, experiencing hard situations alone. And so that discussion series really was well received. And then during the pandemic, we actually turned it into My Girl Power Happy Hour, where we hosted virtual events on all kinds of things. Oh, well, yeah, we had all kinds of themed events. We would come to the Zoom because we were all in isolation. We'd be dressed up based on the topic. We did pajama parties and exercise days and cooking events and all these kind of things virtually to keep us connected and engaged. And I have a heart specifically for empowering women in the Black community.
I love that. And I can see that you're taking your time out to pour into different women. And that's really what it's all about. Earlier, I know we were talking about not just being an inspiration on social media, on Instagram, but like in real life. Steph, remember you were saying it earlier? That Shontel, she's that woman. And Chrissy, you are that woman. We need more women to come forward and not just post about it on Instagram, but actually do the work and put their feet on the soil. And that's what you're doing. Like with these different organizations, nonprofit, getting out here teaching all these different elements. I mean, to be a mom, to be a wife, and still have time and make time for everybody else, that right there is a blessing in itself because it's hard.
Yeah, I was going to say you have to make time. You have to prioritize it. And listen, I'm president and CEO of Associated Black Charities. That means I don't want to undermine what that is. That's a huge accomplishment. I'm so proud and blessed. But on the scale of it being my calling card, it really isn't. I had a very strong and successful mother who was successful professionally. But what I watched her do was to invest in the community, invest in other women, invest in other people. And so that's where I see importance. So I feel like it's not just something you have to make time for. It's a requirement to give back, to uplift other people. As you succeed in journey and success, you should be bringing other people behind you, creating opportunities for other people. And when I look back on my life and what my legacy is, yes, thank God for this success professionally. But I really feel like my legacy is going to be on my impact on other people, the impact I've been able to have on other people.
Yeah.
Well, your impact has definitely fell here, sis. That's why you here. You know?
Thank you. I'm so appreciative.
Yeah, we definitely want, the community has spoken and we're listening. And, we wanted to give you your flowers. So, for all the stuff that you are doing in the community, it has to be celebrated. It has to be,
Thank you.
Just told because it's so few of us. It's like they celebrate all the women in entertainment, sports, and but education and health, mental health. It's like, So thank you for doing what you're doing, especially in the Baltimore area, because it's needed.
Thank you.
Absolutely. What advice would you give to the next generation of women who want to follow Chrissy's path? They say, I want to do kind of what Chrissy's doing. What advice would you give them?
So first of all, Chrissy's path has been bumpy as hell, right?
But Chrissy, that's great advice because people look at it and they're like, oh my God, that's so great. But
it's not easy. So whatever I can do to make it easy for the next person, I am committed to doing that. But my advice would be to not accept the limitations other people will put on you. Other people will put the limitations that they have for themselves on you. And so they will tell you, no, you can't start a business. No, you can't write a book. No, you can't start a new career. No, you can't raise a family and be successful. No, you can't have a failed marriage and then be happy in another one. They will put limitations on you and you will hear that stuff so much you will start to believe it and conform to it. And you will be consumed by that. And so if I could give advice, it's like really decide who you are and stand in that and really block out the noise of the people who will deter you from being who you are meant to be and from achieving the true calling on your life.
Yes, Chrissy. Come on, Chrissy. I thank you so much for being a part of this. I know, Steph, like the goosebumps you had earlier, like it's here because we have so much power. Like
I can see why these are the winners. It's very clear to see why.
Amazing. And I actually know Mia. We were at Morgan together, so it's a lot of
It's the best HBCU. I mean,
birds of a feather. Yeah, it's about the girl power, and it's funny that you guys probably didn't even know you were both, going to be here. But when you're doing the right thing, it just kind of all aligns. So we're looking forward to seeing you on Spa Day, girl.
That's going to be amazing. I don't do work-life balance really well, so that maybe will be a kickoff to me being better.
Oh, she's going to work-life balance. Oh, that's on a t-shirt, work-life balance. Yeah.
Chrissy, we're going to get you some work-life balance, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have an amazing night.
Okay, you too.
I feel like we in church. Like I want to tell the pastor, take your time, honey, because I'm not ready to go yet. And good thing we ain't about to go yet. We still have so much more.
No, we got a little bit more. Moving right along because it is going so well, and my ankle is feeling a lot better.
Poor Steph and her ankle. See, this right here, that's a testimony to being a mother, to not only have a human child, but also fur babies. So Steph has fur baby cats. I have fur baby dogs, and it is stressful.
Girl, my cat just had kids real short, and he was running around me trying to avoid squishing one of them, making a real messy scene. I done twisted my ankle up into a daggone pretzel. And I'm dealing with it right now. I got my ankle propped up. That's why I'm on the angle. I don't want y'all to think I'm giving you some shoulder. And nothing. The work goes on. The show must go on. So we're here.
We are here.
And so is our next guest. And we were speaking about the whole mental health thing and how important it is and how it's come to the forefront. Because before people used to be like, she just crazy, like not like she's troubled, she's going through it. she has trauma, like you said, P. And now that it's coming out to the mainstream a little more upfront, we have great women like Jennifer Pope, founder, CEO, and chief clinical therapist, to give her kudos because she's out here making the world a better place by telling us how to cope with some of this stuff. Is Jennifer with us?
Hello, ladies.
Hey, Miss Pope.
Hey.
No relation to Olivia, right?
How your hey? I love your wallpaper. I seen that on Wayfair, and I was like, I'm getting that for my office. And now I have this wallpaper, and I'm mad. So you got to give me yours.
How you just gonna blow up her wallpaper, say where she got it and all that? Maybe it was a secret.
This is what women do. We share resources.
Sure do. I met my sister and her business partners photography and beauty studio. So this
look, that ain't even, she done stole her sister paper background.
I love it.
Look, you gotta do what you gotta do when you doing it. So let me just tell you, the Pope Foundation is a nonprofit focused on lowering mental health stigma, all courtesy of this Morgan State University graduate.
Colbert, I heard
Colbert.
Welcome, Ms. Pope. Thank you for being with us. Congratulations.
Thank you.
For being here with us on Inspire Her 2023, because that's exactly what you're doing. That's why you're here. And tell us a little bit about yourself and the work you're doing in the Baltimore community.
So I am a social worker, clinical social worker. I have a small group practice with a few other therapists called J. Pope and Associates. And our mission is to help people become the best version of themselves. We are all clinically licensed therapists, and we serve the Baltimore City, County, and other surrounding counties. We serve all clients in Maryland. But as a therapist, I'm in my 6-year business. I felt like I wanted to make more of an impact. I wanted to do more for the community. So I developed this nonprofit organization, the Pope's Foundation, which is in my family's name, in honor of my grandmother and my father, who were people of the community. My grandmother was well known in East Baltimore. She did a lot of community work, and those seeds were planted in me very young, and I didn't even know they were planted in me. I didn't know these things would come to fruition as they did. But I really am passionate about people, becoming the best version of themselves and being mentally well, and not just the sit on the couch and tell you what happened when you were 5 years old. I want to those tangible coping skills and those methods that actually work. Like your relationships are better. You're making better decisions and choices. You're setting boundaries. You're putting yourself first. You're activating your self-care. So I wanted to be that therapist that actually did the work with you to make you be a better person, because we all want to be better. Each and every day as we go, we want to be better. So I knew early on that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I knew I wanted to own my own business. I knew I was going to be in the mental health field, just didn't know what capacity. So when I graduated from Paul Laurence Dunbar High School here in Baltimore, Maryland, as I was born and raised here in Baltimore, Maryland, I was just very motivated to be a person that was a healer, that wanted to give back, that wanted to help people. I've always wanted to help people. And that inspired me to go into the mental health field, which led me to the University of Maryland School of Social Work to become a clinical therapist and become licensed. So, these were things that were always in me, but I always had women around me to motivate me to get to that level. And it was very important. I think that, as we are celebrating Women's History Month, having that group of people around you is important. Your village is important altogether, but it's something about the inspiration and motivation of women that is unmatched. You can't get anything better than have a mother or a grandmother or a sister or a close friend who push you to be the best version of yourselves, push you to follow your dreams, push you to do the great things that you see yourself doing, and to know that these things are attainable, that they're not within your reach. So it's just been a great blessing and journey to be an entrepreneur. But, I'm really inspired to help people in the community in any way that I can to be mentally well in any way.
That's amazing, because after the pandemic, it was a lot of people that were unwell and didn't know how to express that, especially Black folks, especially us.
Yeah.
You know, we put on this strong front and ain't nothing wrong. I can handle it. I don't want to talk about my problems. You know, I know how I grew up. It was almost blasphemy to speak out about the problems outside of the family, and sometimes inside the family, you know.
Absolutely.
So how do you know, we as a community, how do we get over that? How do we get past that? Because, you know, you have to let it out. You have to talk about it to begin to heal. You know, how does that stigma in the African American community, how do you combat that?
We are bred and raised to be strong and to say that we can take on the world and nothing. But we have to first admit that we're hurt. We have to first admit that we're struggling. I think that is the first step, because people will say, oh, I'm fine, or nothing's wrong, or no, I'm not sleeping, but I wake up and go to work and do all the things and take care of the family and, you know, do what I need to do, but I take care of myself. So just admitting that you need some help, or that you could be living better, or that you might have a problem, or you may need medication, that's the first step, just to admit that I do have some things that I need to do better, or I need to live better. I think as Black people in our community, we are told that, you know, you okay, you know, you can do it, girl. You can just, you know, say a prayer or whatever, but you got But, you know, I want to be very transparent as a therapist, because I think a lot of people think therapists aren't real people. Just like you don't think your teacher is a real person, like they don't have a real life. But, you know, that mental health is not something that's not attainable. Like, mental health is not this thing on this high shelf that is just for people who have a ladder. No, mental health is available in here for everybody that needs it. And so my goal is just to have people know that the resources are out there, and it's okay to utilize those resources, because we have more in common than we don't.
And how would people get in touch with you? Like, say, you know, because of that stigma, you know, I don't want anybody knowing my business. How would people go about, like, getting in touch with you to maybe set up an appointment? Because also another thing that someone brought up to me when I told them we were doing this, they was like, isn't therapy expensive? Like, that's another thing. Like, you know, people be like, well, I could use that money for my kid in college as opposed to working on me. Like, so could you, you know, knock down some of them stigmas about therapy and the Black community? Because I think that's one of the things that hold a lot of us back from seeking therapy is the unknown factors associated with it.
Well, one of the things that I give myself as a challenge to myself is to find ways to get people to obtain mental health therapy that are non-traditional. Because I think there's such a mistrust in the medical community with Black people, rightfully so.
That part.
However, you have more and more Black clinicians out here who are, you know, culturally competent and able to assist and help. So I've even, you know, written a book called Music is My Therapy, where it uses music as a coping tool, not just entertainment. So creative in the modalities and approaches that I take with people in therapy. And then being, you know, more present. Like, you know, I'm not always in an office setting, you know, I make myself reachable. So you might, you know, see me at workshops. You might see me at major events. Like I was at CIAA. Like, you know, I make myself to be more personable and approachable, because people often that therapists aren't approachable. So I have.
People think I'm crazy, like that kind of thing. Yeah.
But the thing is, you know, we all struggle with something, you know, and especially living here in Baltimore, where we have, you know, the crime, we have education issues, we have, you know, rent line, and it's so many different things that can feed into the trauma that you may be experiencing as an individual, as a family, even generationally. So I said, I don't want people to feel like because they are struggling that they are alone, because they are not. A lot of us are going through. So, you know, it's okay to reach out and get that help. But I want to make it so that when you do reach out and get that help, you know, you say, oh, I know a Black therapist. I know a female therapist. I know a therapist that can, you know, help. I know a therapist that doesn't feel like, you know, I need to pay $1 million for therapy, because a therapy is affordable. Most insurance companies covers mental health therapy. And then if you don't have insurance, you have other resources out there like pro bono project where you can go and get therapy for free. So, you do have some therapists that will take on pro bono clients. So it is attainable. It's not like, therapy is this thing that you can't get unless you're rich, because that's absolutely not true. That is one of the biggest stigmas for mental health therapy. But like I said, I make myself, visible. I'm on social media all the time. I have several different pages. I have, the Pope's Foundation page. I have the J. Pope Connections page for the private practice. I answer people's DMs personally. I personally run those pages.
Oh, that's great.
Because I do get people who sometimes say, I need some help. And maybe, my mode of therapy is not the best for you, but I'm so committed to mental health that I'm going to work with you till you get an appointment with a therapist that aligns with what you need. So, it's obtainable, it's doable, and it's so worth it. I think more people are scared to kind of touch on those things that affect them because it's so hurtful. But on the other side of that is so much peace, is so much joy, and you get to really experience the fullness of life in full color, not with the foggy trauma glasses on.
Girl, well, I'm going to send them your way, because I swear sometimes answering them phones on the radio, I am not built for some of them problems. Like, girl, all I said was, I didn't say nothing about your generational family problems. I got to hand that over to Jennifer. I swear. Peter, I happen to use some tough people call you want to pour out all their problems.
Well, I always say I'm a therapist. I just don't have it. I don't have a degree or anything like that, but I'm still a therapist.
I feel like one, I swear.
But we appreciate you so much for being a part of this. We look forward to seeing you soon. And thank you for being so empowering and doing it for our community and our culture. More women like you are needed, and I'm excited for more development of the younger you to come up right after you. So we're excited.
I'm truly grateful. Thank you.
We need more of us taking care of us. Definitely.
Yes, absolutely.
And we'll see you on Spa Day, girl.
Yes, I can't wait. I'm excited.
Yes. All right, see you soon.
Thanks, Jen.
Bye. We are going to keep it going because I feel like this is like the little intermission where we have a nice little party. So snap fingers real quick. A poet as Lady Brion. Where you at, Lady Brion?
Lady Brion in the
building.
LB, is you with me?
How are you?
I'm well. Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
Absolutely. We're excited to have you. We're excited to hear some words from you. Are you going to do some poetry for us?
Yes, I do. I have a poem.
Let's get it.
All right, so we can jump into it. This poem that I'm going to share is entitled Black Girl Beautiful.
Come on.
Black girls be beautiful, but be hidden behind primers, plastered on face to prepare you for the abusive punches thrown your way every day. Concealers conceal your fears. Waterproof eyeliner unaffected by your tears. Too afraid to let the world know who you really is. Girl, where is your spunk? Junk in the trunk don't make you special, girl. You get it from the ancestors. And loose girls can't stand straight because their foundation is liquid. But foundation should never be the foundation you build your life upon, because when it deteriorates, so will that relationship. If beauty is your gimmick, then soon you'll be irrelevant. So I'm saying, Black girl royal, where is your robe and your crown, your gele and your gowns? You were wearing the wrong costume, and people been mistaking you for a hoodlum, a hood rat, a pigeon, an alley cat, a good time girl, a floozy called friend with benefits. Respect is not an option, so get it on sight like eye contact. Like, don't contact me unless you got it, see, because I got it on deck. Like, self-respect, woman, you are queen, and baby girl is a princess, just a queen in training. So don't answer to any other names, even when it's your friends calling. That is a throne in the seat of your pants, and you are not queen because he is king. That scepter will never be an accurate measuring stick. The two are mutually exclusive, though it seems the higher up you go, the less double X chromosomes. So much so that even the God we worship has a Y. Still, the genealogical arc of history is etched on your thighs. The golden sands of heaven line the canal of your womb. So brother, watch how you speak to her. Humble yourself and worship her, because woman is the closest thing to God. The creator crafted Adam from breath and soil, but you were molded in a fertile belly. Your Eden was transmitted umbilically. So brother, I say worship her fervently, because a sister holds the sustenance to feed humanity in her breast, comfort in her biceps, with a back built to bear burdens and shoulders suited to uplift, cloaked in allure. And I'm sure you've seen her hips, but these full breasts and wide hips get us ignored in every way that ever mattered, and harassed in every way we never wanted. See, our bodies have become bullseyes branded with lust, and everything we do is always too much. You see, a man can never be too masculine, because the more he is, the more valid he seems. But when you increase femininity, somehow you decrease legitimacy, efficacy, and diminish our ability to lead. We are the ones who truly wear the masks. Pretending is our specialty, because to be Black and woman in a white man's world is so troubling. We minimize our minds, trying not to emasculate the ego of the man who's been made fragile, tricked into believing that our greatness puts his masculinity at risk, as if two stars can't coexist. We must not compromise our very essence for this status quo. We gotta let the world know that us Black girls must be considered equal. Thank you.
I don't even have no shoes on. If I had a shoe, I'd throw it. That means great things in the Black community.
I gotta stop.
I mean, Lady Brion, you are phenomenal.
Thank you.
You are so gracious. Your words.
See why you won the poetry slam, girl.
Yo, you are so strong. Where can we come and hear more of this? Where can we feel your presence? Where are we coming? Where are you at this weekend?
To experience you live in person. That was amazing. Like,
I appreciate all the love.
Not one. For a minute, I thought we was battling. I was like, man, I got the P. I hope you got something to go back.
I wasn't ready.
The battle might be over.
Don't tap me in.
We call Remy for some enforcements. Like, girl, you got somebody for Lady Brion?
Who we calling in? Who we calling in?
Right.
Nobody. It's like, don't nobody want that smoke.
I appreciate it so much. So I will say one of the things that is about to happen at the end of this month, literally next week, I'm curating this myself. We're having a woman-centered poetry festival where we're literally bringing 72 women poets from around the world to come to Baltimore to compete for $10,000 in prizes. It's called the Women of the World Poetry Slam. It's super exciting. And if y'all liked my work, I promise you, y'all should come through. Love.
It sounds like a poetry battle to me. I don't know.
Yes. So we are having literally a poetry battle on April 1st at the center stage. Okay. It's going to be lovely. Like I said, the top poets out of those 72 are going to be battling to be titled Woman of the World Champion. So y'all should come through. Anybody who's listening should come through. If y'all want more information, our website is WOWPSFest.com. So that's Woups Fest. It's the name of the festival.com. The entire schedule for the week is there. Tickets for Saturday, April 1st is there. Any information, and you can find me if y'all want to connect, all on the website. I would love to see y'all out.
You are amazing. And we're coming. Give us a website really quick. One more time.
WOWPSFest.com. So Women of the World Poetry Slam Fest.com. So WOWPS.
Yes.
Yep. WOWPSFest.com. I know it's a lot of letters. But yes, I hope that y'all come through. We would love that.
Yes.
If I got to hobble on one leg, I'm
gonna wheel you in. It's okay. Be there.
We're gonna make it happen. That was beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Truly gifted, talented. Mm-hmm. I mean, to put some of that in the words that, you got a couple of zingers in there that, stood me straight up. So
bars.
I mean, that's what it's all about. Like, sometimes you have to put it in a different medium for people to get it. If you said some of that stuff straight up, it might have went over a few people's heads, but how you giving it to them?
The delivery.
Yeah, the delivery. I think they'll be more inclined to receive it in a positive light. So thank you, blessings. Keep doing what you're doing. That definitely was inspiring.
Thank you so much.
We're gonna see you soon.
Yes, we will talk soon. Congratulations to all the winners and enjoy.
Thank you. Right. Lady Brion.
I mean,
now I usually don't talk about people when they're gone. I usually do it to their face. But sis right there, goodness Lord.
Let me tell you, that was
she said a couple of zingers in there that
I was going through the screen. I was like, wait a minute. What's happening? That was amazing.
Talking about me? Sound like she was talking about me on that last line.
Let's keep it going, Steph. Let's keep it going.
All right, so we got Cookie.
Okay.
DJ Crimson Cookie, aka Cookie Colbert. She's in the educational field, overseeing IEP for students in need. And indeed, we need to hear a little bit more about this. I love working with the youth. Being that I got a teenager myself, it's kind of like at that point where she's so impressionable, I'm so careful to like let her speak her mind, even though you still ain't getting it, but I'm gonna let you, put your 2 cents in or why you should. Because I just think it's important that they have that platform to, kind of express themselves, even though the answer's still no, I'm gonna let you get yours off.
Right.
Because I remember being that age and being frustrated, like nobody hears me, nobody listens to me. So, I at least try to give her that. Is Cookie coming?
Cookie is here. Yes, Persia.
I was about to say my cookie done crumbled.
What's up? I'm here. How are you queens doing tonight?
How's it going? Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you all so much for having me. This is an honor. I'm humbled. I'm thankful. I'm blessed. Thank you so much for having me.
All of the above.
Yes.
We've been talking to some really amazing women, and you're just getting added to the list. So tell us a little bit. Again, I always have to, start with like who you are. Everybody's just got such strong Baltimore roots, and you're one of us. You're a DJ. So tell us a little bit about your story and what you're doing here in Baltimore.
Okay, well, my name is Cookie Colbert. I am originally from Harlem, New York. So left New York, came to Baltimore, went to Morgan State University, left once I graduated from Morgan, went to Clark, Atlanta to get my first master's. It was hard to get a job down there during the Olympics back in the 90s, came back up and got my second master's at Coppin, started teaching in 1995. So this is my 28th year in Baltimore City Public Schools, working at Edmondson Westside High School. Love my students. Just lost my mom 13 weeks ago. So I was a caregiver for my mother who had dementia. Thank you. And, trying to make a difference in the community with my sorority, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and just trying to be the best person I can possibly be. So just doing a lot of work and service.
Yeah. I commend you for getting up every day and having to change somebody else's life and help direct them in a certain direction while you still have a huge load on your back from losing your mother and just going through everything. So I just want to give you your roses really quick and say I commend you for doing what you do, and thank you for educating our youth in Baltimore City.
Thank you.
She said roses, not flowers. Wow.
Roses. red roses.
He got a budget.
Yes, thank you.
So tell me, it's so funny because with the HBCU, everybody is so entrenched in the sororities and fraternities. And my naivete self, I'm from New York too. That wasn't a big thing when I was considering college. I wasn't considering like, I'm going to join this sorority. That wasn't a thing. I don't know if it was for you, but when you actually got there and joined, how has that affected your journey in education, your sisterhood with the Deltas? Because I know you guys are really involved, fundraising, every campus or every, kind of sorority event that I've been around, the education is top of the list.
Right. So we're definitely about sisterhood, scholarship, service, and social action. So just being a part of Delta, I mean, I used to see the Deltas in the community. I used to see them in, the marches. My aunt was a Delta. My dad was an Alpha. My mom wasn't a sorority. She's like, I'm not having anybody tell me what to do. That's not happening. So, seeing them just work so hard on campus, I just knew that I wanted to be a part of such a strong sisterhood. And then I have so many students of mine that had finally pledged Delta. So being up there, pinning them, seeing them get back into the community and seeing what we do, is just remarkable about the impact that we have in society, in the world, from the White House, Kamala's an AKA, she went to Howard, but we have a lot of Deltas. Yes, I see you, HU Bison. I see you, Steph. So, just seeing the work that we do and that all of us can come together collectively for a common goal, and which is giving back. And, I make sure that my students see HBCU. I push HBCU because we need to give back. Our alumni association, we need to give back as alumni to make sure that we are making a difference and an impact in our schools. So that, it's exciting. It's really exciting seeing a lot of my students applying to so many HBCUs, and I push it more than ever.
Yeah, when I was considering going to any college, it was kind of a stigma that going to a Black college was like a lesser thing. That was a low reward. That was if you didn't make it into, the Harvards or the Cornells or wherever, you could go to Howard, you could go to Spelman. And I didn't see it like that. I saw it as like, this is where I want to be. And because I want to be around people that care about me.
Exactly.
And you're going to take my money and not care about me? No, like I'm that kind of consumer. Like you're going to respect this dollar,
Yes.
And
I agree.
I respect the fact that that's what you guys do. Especially you here in the Baltimore community. Like how tough has it been? You've been in the public school system 20 years.
And lost a lot of students,
Girl, it's like if you don't catch them in,
oh my gosh,
high school, it's kind of over.
Yeah, it's hard. We lost my student across the street at Edmondson. He was, killed. We've lost 2 of my students this year. I've had some amazing students that have done phenomenally well, like Gervonta Tank Davis was my student. I taught him, and now Tank is the #1 boxer. And then I had, Ian Thomas, who plays for the Carolina Panthers. And I mean, I just tried to pour in to my students each and every day. Like every day I try to, even though I'm not in the classroom anymore, I'm in the hallways, just talking to them, was that appropriate? When you address this person, make sure that you're addressing them appropriately, because there are consequences, and you are safe in school. But when you go out in the community, they don't want to hear that you have an IEP. They don't care that you're special needs and that you have a disability. They don't care about any of that. So as an educator, you have to pour into these kids and let them know that how much you appreciate them, because you might be the only smiling face that they see.
I was about to say, you might be the only one. They might I noticed that a lot too. Well, we can't do nothing but thank you, as always, give you your kudos and props. And I'm gonna let you slide on that Tank comment though. The Tank been cutting up since he got a bag, but
he's still the #1. He's still #1, and he's Baltimore bred. And I think it's dope for the youth to see him and everything he's done with accomplishments. Yeah. So we love
you know what? Even when you get there, you're still a work in progress. Like I will.
Without a doubt.
I'm joking with Tank, but I mean, I've seen him post tattoos. Humble guy. He just want to feed his family.
Of course.
I think that's the common thread with a lot of people that come from the bottom, is that, it's not about us. You want to do it for your family. You want to get that education. You want to, just be better for the people around you. It's not necessarily a selfish thing. So, kudos to you, sis. I know all the students is like, I want to be in Miss Cookie class.
Right.
You was that teacher. You was that like, Miss Cookie said.
Right. And they're trying to get me to DJ the prom. I said, how am I going to DJ the prom and then party with y'all? I can't do both.
Right. Y'all want to hear what I'm finna play. Yeah.
But I appreciate you, Queen, so much. I mean, I've been following you all for a while. I thank you for everything that you all do, you know, in the community and for Black women. And that's important, you know, allowing others to shine, because your light is still going to shine. You know, you're not dimming other people's, you're just shining along with everyone else. So I appreciate you both.
It's enough for everybody.
Exactly.
It's enough for everybody. Like I don't know who said it, but you know, it get lonely at the top. Don't nobody want to, you know, play by themselves. It's so much fun. We got some girlfriends to cut up with and have a little bit of, you know, fun with. So that's we're all about community. That's what this is about.
And I appreciate Radio 1 so much. You all are dope, dope, dope.
And anytime you need us, holler. I love the kids.
Oh, yes.
Mine.
Oh, yes.
Not mine.
Thank you so much, Miss Cookie. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, sweetie. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you, sis.
Good night. I'm excited. Okay, so
are we going overtime? I think we
are. So let me do this. Let's bring in Denisha McKissick. I hope that I said your name correct. Another one of our winners.
Where's she at?
Is it Denisha
McKissick?
Oh, you're mute, but you are a fly. I love the haircut.
Denisha, we can't hear you, girl.
It's okay.
Unmute us.
It's okay. She's gonna figure it out. We're just gonna enjoy it. We're gonna enjoy the platinum blonde short.
No, she's giving me Eve vibes.
It's giving me Eve Rough Rider. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you,
that girl.
Congratulations to.
There go.
You good? No. Okay, so I want to say congratulations while she's figuring out the volume there. She is our entrepreneurship winner. Owner of Kiss Me Pretty Makeup Artistry in Rosedale, Maryland. Mother of one. There you go. Licensed esthetician. You good?
I hear her. You with us, sis?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go.
You can't hear me?
Yeah, we got you. We got you.
We can hear you.
You can hear me?
About everything.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Okay.
It's okay.
Thank you so much.
We're so excited to honor you.
Thank
you deserve it all. As a mother of one and a licensed esthetician specializing in soft, glam, and bomb brows only, because that's what it's all about. It's
girl, I need you in my
period. This is absolutely deserves. What is the moment, or when was the moment that you knew you wanted to get into the beauty field? When did you say, you know what, this is it? I want to make women feel beautiful, look beautiful, inside and out.
I've always been into it, like back when I was in high school, but it really was not until I got pregnant with my daughter, and I went to Morgan too, but that didn't work out for me. And I was like, well, you have to take care of this baby, so we got to figure it out. And so I would say maybe about 10 years ago, and being a young single mother and being a mother, period, is like you try to find that time to carve out for yourself, to make yourself look good and feel good. And I didn't have that for a long time. So that drove me to be like, this is what I want to do for other women, because I know, you know, how it is. And when you look good, you feel good.
Yeah, absolutely. What has been like the biggest hurdle as a woman business owner? Like, how did you overcome it? Or if it's a hurdle right now, how are you overcoming it?
I think the biggest hurdle is just finding that being able to work through your slower seasons, because being in the beauty industry is one of those things that it's up and down. You have your busy seasons and your slow seasons, but I really just use my downtime to improve on whatever areas I feel like I'm lacking in, or I'm getting really into making money online, so having digital products and things like that. So just expanding and selling products and things like that. So that's what I do.
How can we come get some bomb brows only and a beat face? Okay.
Come and see me. Kiss Me Pretty is located in Rosedale. So we're right next door to Kabuto on Pulaski Highway. I offer brow threading, brow tinting, brow waxing. I do permanent brows. Have to do with the eyebrow. I do it.
Okay. Steph, listen, we're gonna have a conversation when we go to Selfish Beauty. We're gonna have a conversation with her because she's a winner, and we're gonna figure out our brow appointments.
I'm telling you that thread brow.
Yes,
Woo, girl, I did that one time. I was like, girl,
it's
that
not
was like,
good. It's not.
yeah, that was different. I prefer the wax, but I was like, let me try something, and I was like, no, let me stick to the wax. You know. So.
I love the threading better though, because I actually heard that it decreases your chance of getting wrinkles. Because the wax, you just ripping it off. Yeah, and the threading. So you can talk more about the Denisha. I heard.
That's my first time hearing that. But I do feel like threading is a little better than getting waxing because we're all so heavy into skincare. So if you're using certain products and ingredients on your skin, you can't get waxed because you risk your skin being removed. So with the thread, it's a piece of cotton. So it's a really low risk there, but I prefer it.
Okay. Well, listen, whatever you provide, we're going to get done. Okay.
Yeah.
Because your work is amazing.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations again on winning. We will see you for Spa Day. Of course, next week.
I can't wait.
Yeah, we need that. We need it. It's right around spring break too.
Yes.
And then have a vacay, Spa Day to the vacay.
Right.
Well, it was nice talking to you guys.
You too.
Thank you for taking the time. We'll see you next week. God bless. And more life, more success for your business.
So much.
More prosperity. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. So this is about to wrap it up. But Steph, before we do, we have one more word from somebody so amazing. I mean, I play her song every day in my show.
God, I love her. You know.
From I See You. I absolutely love this song. She sings her face off, and she was just on Jennifer Hudson's talk show.
Oh, you talking about that part? I was talking about Bel Air. I binge watched.
Oh, you talking about Bel Air on Peacock? Okay.
Hillary, she does her thing. Like I didn't even know she sang until after. You know, they did one of her songs on like the ending of Bel Air. But yeah, she's amazing. She's really dope. She's been around. I didn't realize she was on the Disney Network. She's been around for years. Yeah,
she was like 14 or something like that. She was young.
Beautiful.
And now she's taking over the billboards, taking over our radios, and she's so great. Coco Jones.
Women's empowerment to me really means lifting up the creators of so much life. The innovators, the femininity, the power, the resilience that is women. We are so unstoppable. I think a woman that inspired me, of course, hope this isn't too cliche, but I'm gonna say my mom. I've been in this industry since I was a kid, and honestly, I've just learned so much about business and perseverance from my mom. She owns multiple businesses while having 4 kids, and they're all pretty fire. So she inspires me.
All right, thank you so much, Coco Jones. We love you. You are phenomenal.
I had to throw that in there, too.
This has been a great night. InspireHER 2023. Another one for the books. Phenomenal women, great entrepreneurship, great educators, great beauty experts. We are going to get so much next week.
Yeah, I think we covered the bases. Some phenomenal women. Shout out to the people of Baltimore that nominated these amazing women. I mean, you had to see something in them that garnered that nomination. So kudos to you for bigging up your people and making sure that they get their just due. And to the ladies, we will see you live in living color at the spa. You know what happens at the spa. Stays
at the spa. Good night,
Persia. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for watching. Appreciate y'all.
Congratulations to all of the women recognized for their work in the community with the 2023 InspireHER Awards, presented by AnyoneRides.com, where 0 Down delivers.